Hola, bienvenido. My name is Patricia, I am Canadian, and I live in San Miguel de Allende. This is the first video of a 3-part video series to be distributed to you over the next 7 days. For the filming of this video series, I express my deepest appreciation to Mario and his staff for the use of the sacred ground of El Charco del Ingenio. The purpose of this video series is to illuminate why we live the way we live, our social challenges of substance abuse, domestic violence, poverty, and dis-ease, and to chart a pathway forward to wellness and profound transformation. The overall theme of this video series is promoting wellness through national unity. This theme of promoting wellness through national unity is embodied by the much-loved Our Lady of Guadalupe, Tonantzin, Mexico's patron saint, referred to by Curandera Grace Alvarez Sesma as the Bride of Light between cultures. The following are excerpts taken from an article of the same name written by Grace. Quote, "The devout Catholic will tell you that Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared to a peasant by the name of Juan Diego in a demonstration of faith for the conquering Spaniards. Ask a mestizo or indigenous person, and they will tell you that Our Lady of Guadalupe is really the Earth Mother Tonantzin, to whom offerings were made on the same hill of Tepeyac hundreds of years before the arrival of the Spaniards. To many people, she is not either or, but rather one, Tonantzin Guadalupe. Her blend of indigenous and European features represents the beauty and sacredness of both cultures, not just those of the dominant society. Her face is the face of today's Mexican," unquote. My vocation is that of a trauma recovery counselor. I am certified to work globally under the Canadian Council of Professional Certification. I help those who seek my services to reclaim the personal power they have lost due to trauma. Specifically, I worked with women who are recovering from domestic violence and Indigenous communities recovering from the loss of their identity experienced through European contact and the trauma of colonization and assimilation. I've had the privilege to live with and work with Canada's Indigenous peoples in Canada's remote communities for close to 25 years. This experience has been pivotal for me as the Indigenous peoples of Canada, in their innate wisdom, provided the answers to my own road to wellness and a life of passion and purpose. I gratefully acknowledge my mentors throughout this process, Indigenous scholar Bill Mussel and Dr. James Symington, an internationally renowned master teacher and healer whom I will speak more of in the 3rd video of this series. My soul journey has now brought me to Mexico, where I currently partner in the tour company Aventuras Sol y Luna. Aventuras Sol y Luna is committed to collaborating in ventures that assist in the healing of the soul of Mexico and henceforth the future health and wellness of our children. The current reality in Mexico today features extreme poverty, domestic violence, bullying in the schools, and a combination of abuses. Substance abuse, emotional, physical, sexual, and mental abuse exists. Mexico has one of the highest rates worldwide of childhood obesity. This reality is in stark contrast with pre-contact times, when Mexico's ancient civilizations were the most advanced and awe-inspiring in North and Central America. Mexico's traditional cultures, whose health and wellness was based on the balanced duality, flourished before the Spanish colonization of the Americas in the 15th and 16th centuries. The opportunity I'm presenting in this video series to the people of San Miguel de Allende and its surrounding communities, as well as Mexicans as a whole, is a means to address the root cause of the current reality in Mexico, why we live the way we live, the social issues of Mexico today. This root cause needs to be healed before wellness, profound transformation, and national unity can be attained. The root cause of many of the social issues in Mexico today is due to intergenerational trauma. Intergenerational trauma is the transmission of historical oppression and its negative consequences passed down through the generation through our genes. Intergenerational trauma is cumulative emotional and psychological wounding emanating from massive group trauma experienced by an earlier generation that continues to affect the subsequent generations. Indigenous peoples all over North America have endured physical, emotional, social, and spiritual genocide from European colonization and oppression in the 15th and 16th centuries, and continue to endure the subconscious or conscious intent of annihilation today through American, Canadian, and Mexican colonialist policies in our schools, our welfare system, our medical facilities, and imposed religious beliefs. Specifically in Mexico, intergenerational trauma is experienced by Mexico's indigenous peoples today with the loss of identity, the loss of culture experienced through the Spanish conquest. Intergenerational trauma is also being experienced by Mexican people as a whole, as indigenous peoples are the original foundation of the nation of Mexico, as is stated in the second article of Mexico's Constitution. Intergenerational trauma, as experienced in Mexico, keeps us divided as a nation, and to achieve profound transformation and national unity, we must first address this root cause of why we live the way we live. There's a clear link between intergenerational trauma and the social issues of today. We use addictions to ease the pain, violence to release the anger, and physical disease are the result of our suppressed feelings of unworthiness and a great sense of loss as we are living with a false identity or without identity. If we in the community of San Miguel de Allende and Mexico as a whole wish to deal with the issues of substance abuse, domestic violence, poverty, and physical disease, we must first target the root cause of intergenerational trauma and heal the soul pain that ensues. In a recent presentation given by CASA, the following was stated: although in 2007 Mexico passed an excellent national law aimed to prevent, respond to, punish, and eradicate violence against women, the prevalence of femicide and other crimes against women are on the increase. From a document titled Reforms in Action, currently being implemented by the government of Mexico, the following is stated: despite the existence of numerous programs focusing on promoting social development and the increased public spending for this sector, this has had virtually no effect on poverty reduction. 46.2% of the population still live in this condition. 10.4% of the population live in extreme poverty. Healing the root cause of why we live the way we live provides a solid foundation for a new vision for Mexico. Releasing the past is the catalyst for movement forward. Healing intergenerational trauma offers a fundamental opportunity for social transformation. The story of humanity, the story of Mexico, my personal story, are stories of loss and redemption, and of discovery and ascension. They are all stories of having had something of fundamental value to our health and wellness that has been lost, stolen, or broken, and the soul pain that results with the symptoms of substance abuse, violence, poverty, and disease. The story of humanity, the story of Mexico, and my personal story can also be stories of discovery, where we come to understand why we live the way we live, and they can be stories of ascension as we take care of the unfinished business of our past, reclaim that which is rightfully ours, and express it even more powerfully and decisively. All of this we do for the health and wellness of our children. All of this we do for the equality of the human capital of our nation. Great Mexican leaders with clear vision, Miguel Hidalgo, Benito Juarez, and many others have led the people of Mexico to where they are today in the reclamation of what has been lost, in the reclamation of identity. It is now time to address the root cause of why we live the way we live, taking care of the unfinished business of our past, and be defined by a new vision. The jaguar, a powerful Mesoamerican symbol of life and fertility, reflects this time of reclaiming personal empowerment, of reclaiming individual and community spirit, of reclaiming identity. Our Lady of Guadalupe wears a black belt, representative of pregnancy, of new beginnings. Our process is the medicine. Unidos podemos. Together we can. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to scroll down the page, click my email address, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where I will dive deeper into why we live the way we live and chart a pathway forward to wellness and profound transformation. Hasta pronto.